Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. It's Friday. Yay! I like Friday. Friday good. Last Friday was better. This Friday's, still fine. Weekend. Today, we're gonna be not figuring out Sunday's video. We're gonna be prepping Sunday's video, and then we're gonna continue with the the stuff I was doing. But I do have an update regarding that stuff because after yesterday's stream, I was talking with Gronk. And I was trying to understand it all, as in soft references, and I think I finally understand them now. Hey, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What did we fry today other than GPU, you mean? I mean, you can fry the CPU. There's a power supply, motherboard. There's a lot of things to fry if you want. Yeah. You don't have to be doing the GPU. Whatever you prefer, really. You fry your monitor. I heard, a nice chicken fried keyboard is pretty good. Yeah. Wow, delicious. So the plans for today are Sunday video prep, which means I am going to be working on the material-based filters or material-based filtering. So depending on what material something is on, I want to spawn something different. There you go. And the demonstration I'm going to use is with decals. So I'm going to set a different decal material per area or per material that we're on. And hopefully that'll be good enough. Probably not. But that's the plan. Other than that, as I was saying yesterday, I did the talking with Grok, and I finally understand soft references. I was doing them wrong. Who's to blame? I'm not sure. Clearly not me. I'm definitely not to blame for this because I didn't know. How could I? So it's not my fault that I was doing them wrong. Now I've done them right. So after the end of yesterday's stream, I changed some stuff. Not much, but we ended with our player being under 700 megabytes, which is good. We were over 700 megabytes for a long time. I can see there's 634.5 megabytes. But we're looking at displaying all the memory, which includes editor only. And we don't really care about editor only. We care about game. And in game, I'm now at 267.2, which is a little bit better. Which is a little bit better. There's still some stuff I would like to get rid of here, but to unreference, but I don't think there's gonna be much. For example, I could unreference the data table for weapons, but the only way to do this would be is to make them into actors, and then you can specify per. I don't know why the game instance is referenced here specifically, because it should be from a blueprint interface, so there might be something I'm still have left. There's a little bit I can still remove, but I don't need to like remove this stuff. Does the coloring mean anything, or is just to, yeah, it's just there to show the different sections? Color means nothing otherwise. But yeah, we're at under 300, which, considering I started at 1.1 gigabytes, is pretty good. Yep, it's pretty good. So I am relatively happy with that. At least for now. Now, there's some stuff that I did break with this. Namely, I broke the fact that I am no longer saving my level, my instance variable. Sorry, my game instance variables. But other than that, we're fine. So that I'll need to grab later. Whee! Let's move here. Which one do I have open? Instance test? No, I don't need this one. No, that's not the one. Where is the material one? Get material. This one. So what I have already is I can select my PCG graph, and here I have two materials. If I go ahead and remove this proc grid from here, I am just on top of this sphere, on top of this material. Per material, and if I just change the material on this to anything else, it goes away. Right? So that's all cool. But what I want to do is actually filter it out per material. So I want to control what it is and control what it spawns on, and then control what it gets. I think ideally. So, what's the best way of doing that? I think we need to use a new graph parameter. Let's just change this to static mesh. Make it an array. To be the same length. We'll say cube, and we'll say cone. This is going to be our meshes. So theoretically, what I can do, the materials, get the meshes, and add attribute. This There it is. Okay, there it is. Had to select it in the debug. So we have now with both. So can I just do match and set attributes? Once we filter it out. And here we want to do a match attribute to impact render material. Oh, sorry, I think it's input. This goes in here. And then this is materials. This needs to copy all attributes. So now in here, I believe that gets us what we want. So here we just change this to be by attribute, which I'm now blocking. Here, I'll put myself here. That's the place where we're not going to block things. And I need to change, change this to meshes. Because this is meshes. Yeah, there we go. It's actually there. Yeah, it's very simple to do. Okay. So if we want to now do it with decals, let's get some decals. Probably need to log in. One moment. Yep, gotta log in. I love how I have to log in every time, even though the login is like I launch it from the launcher, which is logged in. I don't know why I need to log in again. Yes, continue. Let me just make sure that it's working. Sign in. Okay. So we have decals. So let's grab a few. Let's get some concrete decals. Let's get a concrete decal. I'm not gonna go crazy here. Let's get a concrete decal. That's fine. Low quality. And what other decal do we want? We can do... We do tree leaves. Just some leaves scattered around. Or something like that. Bark pieces. They're not like nice leaves. I mean... I guess it's fine. Why is it only bark? Wooden trash. Anything more interesting? Moss. Moss could be cool. Moss could be cool. tileable moss patches. I don't want tileable actually, so you know what? Let's go with sure, let's go with this. And then we want to get 2 surfaces, so we're gonna want to put the moss on probably some kind of dirt. A rock, dirt. What was gonna look better? Or moss make the most sense? Ground is literally nature. No, we don't want ground. Rock. Yeah, Loki Game Dev, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What's all this about soft references? I figured out soft references. They're no longer hard. They're now soft. I'm a child. This kind of looks pretty cool. Let's go with this. So that's for the moss, and then we need one for we need concrete for sure. So let's grab a nice looking concrete. I love how even here you can already see it's tiling, so no thank you. That looks like the US and South America. That's Canada. I don't know why I just see that there. I'm building the stuff for Sunday's video. I'll share in a second. You just need to grab a sure, let's go with this. So let's go to a new level. Do I care about going to a new level? I don't actually. So this setup has use a set of a spline for this, but basically I have materials, and based on the material I can specify what mesh appears on what material. So on this basic shape material appears cubes. So within this little grid here, I get cubes instead of cones. So it's per material. Instead of being per object, it's per material. Which I haven't shown before. So I thought it would be nice to demo it and show how to use it, maybe with decals. Plug it all in, plug it all in. Okay, so now I'll grab you. So that would change the graph to get spline data. On interior. unbounded. Need to put it above. I need to change the world raycast origin. Why is the raycast not reaching? It should definitely reach. Oh, I need to turn on unbounded. That's why. It wasn't set to unbounded. That is why. So now we have different shapes on different material. We can change this for whatever we want. If the material stays the same, then we're good. So let's change this to decals. So what I'm going to do is do a material instance. Object reference. Okay, and then we add two in here. I added and deleted because it moved. Job B. Let's go grab. Okay, we'll do concrete on the first and moss on the second. That's fine. So then here we'll do, instead of spawn static mesh, it'll be spawn actor. Actor type will be decal. Oh, you can change the grid size on this for sure. Hey Leah, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You're so glad I have finally come out of my hard shell to learn soft references Kappa. I'm like a crab. I've come out of my shell and I'm going to find another one. Just you wait. What's the spacing of decals? I mean, that looks right, but why does it... Why? Why are you like this? Why is it like this? Crab or turtle, depends. I mean, it depends on what you want to eat, right? Do you want to eat some turtle soup or some crab legs? Personally, I'm not a huge fan of lobster or crab. Not because I don't like the taste, but because I'm too lazy to do the work. If you give it to me already prepared and open to just eat, then yeah, I'm all for it. But I can't be bothered to put in the work. Yeah. There we go. So if this is everywhere. Why? Why are we getting gaps? Oh, don't tell me that. No? Hmm. Why are you getting gaps? Prog grid. It is prog grid for everything. That's not behaving the way I thought it was going to. Found the soundtrack for Critical Role, Campaign 4, and God, you're playing on repeat the whole day. It's not directly made by them, but the song is just nice and mystical. So you're slowly, finally integrating the ability to augment your stats to facilitate stat increases. Wait, why are you still working on your system? I thought you were gonna go with gas. What happened? Why is it not behaving the same way?
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
As it did with the Crane Points grid. That just does correct. This is correct. What's the difference between create points and sampling spline data? And port it over to Gaia. Something about it just telling you to hold off and just make your system work first before you dive into that. Primarily because you know how your system works. It's also a royalty-free song, so I don't know if you might listen to it. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it on my own free time, if that's what you mean. In the background here, where I basically don't hear anything, sure, it can play. But that'll be it. I don't listen to music on my free time. Is it because this is... Well, it's unbounded. Why is this different? Why is this different? It's literally halving it. Some good news, you finally got the bleed status effect to work properly. Nice. Congrats. Glad you got it working. What? We have this. We have this. We have this. Okay, so I think we just can't use a spline sampler for some reason. So what we can do is use an interior, potentially. And just do it this way then. And then we have all the points. That is so odd. Why is this also changing the size of them? Why is it making them thinner? Okay, let me actually just... static mesh. Array. Oh, you should rename it. Mesh. What the hell? What the hell is this? This is what a regular point grade gets me. Hello, Ruby 6, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Whenever it needs to auto-activate, it can listen to either a gameplay tag plus stacks or an attribute change if it meets the threshold. Nice. Should you lock in for a night session, or should I be degen, or should I be degen and get Omega high and watch some TV? Or you should go to sleep like a normal person at night. Why is that not an option? Why is that not an option? Out of curiosity. Yeah, I saw you just woke up. Go back to sleep is what I'm saying. I saw the first comment. Oh, hold on a second. Have I been... Yeah, there we go. Why is this getting me no info now? Is it bounding shape? Unbounded. Okay, so that's working. Why does this stop working properly? All the points are there, but why is the filter not work? If I disable the filter, I guess I can disable the filter. So what happens when it matches some reaches something that I don't want? That's all 4 to 5 hours. Well, you can go another 4 hours. You can, 3-4 hours. You get a nice full nights of sleep. Then what the hell came exactly when you managed to crash both Unreal Engine 5 and your browser? Good job. How did you manage that one? All right, what is the name of the material type you need to add for it to like take both materials and material instances? Because it's not material. So it is a material, just a different type of material. All these material expressions. These are enums. In other words, you just open up your project successfully. Why are you like worried about opening it successfully? What? Okay, not this. Let's find out. Brock. What variable type accepts both materials and material instances? Something like a bleed that triggers when an enemy takes slashing damage. Basically triggers once every second for 6 seconds. But something that enemy basically triggers on themselves. I mean, that just sounds like a dot. Right? That's just a dot. That just happens to trigger every 6 seconds. So using the same mechanics, you could probably just set up all your dots. It's pretty good. Read before. How you coded it? A dot effect is practically an ability that the affected target triggers on themselves. Why would they trigger on themselves? I mean, you can, but you should just have an input of who triggers it. That's all. Material interface. Yeah, that does it. So now I have this. So if I was to have a different material on this, right? I regened it. It is going to, because it doesn't have anything. So if I was to go in here and add a new entry to the mesh, it should spawn nothing on it. Why is it spawning something on it? Yeah, there's this, and it's showing the 1 meter socket with cube. Wait. Why is this showing 1 meter socket with cube? I've overwritten it. Oh, because it's empty. I have to put in something. Is that the problem? No. It becomes almost impossible to determine the damage type status effects specifically that come from damage. So you deal slashing damage, it applies slashing stacks. To be converted to bleed stacks for every third slash stacks. Okay, it's complicated already. And at 5 bleed stacks, it triggers bleed. Issue you have is slash come from different sources. You, the environment, yeah. I was about to say who dealt the slash proc specifically. So when it triggers, you just have it self-trigger on itself. Yeah, but I would say you can add a damage dealer to it, and then just say, hey, does this attack care about the damage dealer, or is this self-proc, for example? That's it. And then you have basically dots for everything. This has all the right information. Why are you getting what you're getting? Why are you getting... Why are you... Oh, I see. Because we're not filtering. Is that the problem? I love how intersection never works for splines. Okay. That works. Does it? Okay, it seems like it works. So the question now becomes is, can I have this have the right material now? No. Why? Why is this not working? It was working with 2. It's pretty much how all the damage-based attacks effects would work. It doesn't care who dealt it, it just applies it. But for other special status effects, you'll be able to keep track of who did what. Okay, so you have... Okay, well, what if you have something that triggers on killing an enemy, and the enemy dies from a bleed? How do you know who killed it? Who killed it? If you don't keep track of the damage dealer, which should be the player, right? If it's on an enemy and a single player, again, it's always the player. Unless enemies can hurt each other. Oh, it's filtering out here as well. Why is it like this? What? Why is the filter breaking things? Why is it like this? You had some sort of reference to the status indicator. You have a status effect system, and when applying a status effect, it assigns a status effect cost. Yeah, that's what I would assume. And you can just have it be an array if you have multiple potentially, but when I think it dies, it basically says who died, where, and what killed it. But how would you know what killed it if it's a dot that killed them? I mean, you could just say always it's just the player that killed him if it's an enemy. And this is all the same thing, just pre-configured. So what's going on with this? And then why is this not working? Let me I'm gonna reset all of this. And then I'm going to, in here, add ourselves a new material. Oh, here the material isn't plugged in because this is... excuse me. Got it. So that's that. And now if I add a mesh, it's gone. And if I add a sphere now, okay. I just forgot to set one thing. And I had things called similar. Let's rename this to decal material. But that doesn't answer the question of why certain ones are disappearing. This filter isn't working properly still. A single player, that's probably even easier. Yeah. We should all learn about object pooling right now. Wait, what? No. Like damage numbers come in via effects like blood hits effects, etc. How do you... I mean, I guess, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't set any of that stuff up, and I know places where I need to do that, so... okay, so now if I come in here and I overwrite this and I clear it, it's gonna be gone. Okay. The question becomes is... why this gets rid of, like, 2/3 of them? Basic shape material prog grid. Basic shape material prog grid. Oh, hold on. Substring? What is substring? I mean, that gets me a better result, but not the best result.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
So it has all of... It works fine on constant threshold. It works fine here. But even though the materials' names are the same, it's... What? I think you can make it a pool manager. It would make your life easier if you need to do a lot of that. That's for sure. Oh, hold on. No, even when I only have one material. You only have one material here. It still doesn't... It still removes a bunch. Still removes 2/3 of them. Greater or equal? Does it? greater or equal, I think gets me the result I'm expecting. Right? No. No, why did it break? Less or equal gets me the other ones. So greater gets me ones. Less equal. Substring. Matches. If I don't use this, then it works, but I can't filter out. Huh. I'm confused. This is not where I thought I was gonna get stuck. I want to just. That was the problem. So that works, huh? This gets me this. This gets me the remaining. And then I can combine them back together. Oh wait, no, that doesn't even get me all of them. There's still some missing. Why? Wait. Hold on. There's 34, and then I do this. Still 34. But why am I seeing... Oh, am I... Are there still some... Yeah, every time there's some missing. He doesn't grab them all. What the shit? What if... I mean, these are exactly correct, right? This is exactly basic shape sphere material. Oh, hold on. Basic shape. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, it's exactly that. What I guess I can do is make my own custom thing. I could check. String. I don't have a... I don't have a compare or anything. Append, replace to lower to upper. What if we did replace? And then I'm going to copy all this. And I'm going to remove this part. Replace with none. Oh, you grab a bunch of extra. And then here I'll say substring. Let me do also the same thing for another one here as well, which is the template. So even if in this scenario, when I use substrate, it doesn't get them all. Matches now have fails, which makes sense. The substring mean... Which one's the substring? Is the target attribute supposed to be the substring? No. The moment I learn about object pooling, similar to soft references, he will enhance his performance. Yeah, but I don't care, but I know I'm going to do that later, but that's not for a long time. I do not care about doing that anytime soon. Speaking of performance, I linked this in the Discord. I'm considering getting this, which seems really nice, to basically automatically load and unload actors with like as they are by distance. Basically, it's on sale. So like, here's the characters, and you run away, and they just get unloaded and loaded in, and actors and everything. And that would make it really nice for what I'm doing, because I'm already doing. I have my own custom thing, but it has issues. This just does it, and it's all already set up. So I might grab this. Right. So that one had low health, and he comes back. He has health. It's all maintains. All right, items dropped in the ground. All right. Items still preserve. Everything still preserves. So it seems really nice. Currently it's $42, 50% off. So I might pick this up. I have till what, end of day tomorrow to decide, I think. Compatible from 5.1 to 5.6, so the person's, updating, or at least, updating it. Yes, until October 19th. So until the end of the weekend, basically. If anyone wants this, there you go. Yeah, I just remembered about it. So bring it up and show people. I mean, it's all C++. It has zero blueprint stuff. Zero blueprint. It has functions exposed, but that's it. And it's only exposed through the actor component that you add, basically. Yeah, it's a plugin. It's like a full, genuine plugin. What do I do with this? I can just not use this. But then what I want to do is just not project onto something that, like, I didn't want, if it's on something that is not on the list, for example, I just didn't want it to project onto it. But it seems like I can't do that. Right? Because if I reset this, it just puts the default onto it. Hey, Lucy, girl, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Not sure. I am not sure. I'll try something else. Okay, so when there's only one, it's fine. Do I need to do a loop? I might need to do a loop. I think we need to do a loop. I didn't want to do a loop, but I think we need to do a loop. Hey, Insane Studios, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Have any plans on making a new procedural city with roads tutorial and the new tools available in 5.7? Potentially. There was a video that came out that basically already shows how to do exactly that. So I don't know. I haven't watched it. I haven't had time because I just found out about it during the middle of the week. If I feel like there's something I can add to it or explain better or, you know, something like that, then yes. You like my very approach better? Well, I'll appreciate it. Do you know the video I'm talking about from Unreal Engine? Feedback. Feedback. Oh, really? Okay, there's a new one on the Unreal Engine channel. It's on the Unreal Engine channel. This goes in here. I still don't fully understand the whole feedback thing. Because I want to feedback the points. But like, I still don't fully understand feedback at all. I guess I don't need feedback. No, I don't need feedback. Right, I'm just gonna go through all of them. I think for this one, I just don't need it. If it's Epic related, even their explanations are buggy. The one that from the video, it seemed like it was pretty good. But yeah, I gotta watch it. Let me see. I still should have it still up. Hold on. So you go pretty much step by step, creating everything, like creating the roads, removing the points in between, like connecting everything, right? Creating the little intersections, and then explaining at the end how you could spawn buildings, basically. But you're left with like full roads with like full intersections here. That's from the Unreal Engine 4 days ago. Barely any views because Unreal Engine, I guess, does not have a good track record on actual like tutorial type videos, so no one's checking it out. So I might do it. I need to watch it. I need to figure out what they're doing because it seems like the way I was trying to do, but there were some questions I had still to figure out. Okay. Freaking hell. That solves the problem. Okay. Now we have all the points. Jesus Christ. It's on my radar. It's for sure on my... I was starting to experiment, and then that video came out. I just haven't had time to watch it, digest it, understand it, and then kind of explain it to the layman, basically. I'm currently working on Sunday's video, if you're curious, which is how do you spawn things on specific materials if you wanted to. So for example, on the material front, I'm spawning on specific materials. So if I put a specific material on this one, and then I regen it, I get spheres on it because I've specified that I want spheres on it. Now this is cool and all because that means I can spawn specific materials, but I also want to show how do you spawn like different decals on the materials. So if you wanted to, for example, have a giant PCG graph that spawns a lot of dirt and mud, and you want different dirts and muds and whatever on different materials, like for example, maybe outside on the grass you want, you know, one, on hardwood floors, the inside you want another, but you want to use the same same setup. Assuming you have the materials are the same consistently, it'll be very easy to do per material instead of tagging things. Does it use the chaos collision material thing? Use the materials? No, it's all PCG. All PCG for the checking and all that. But now that that's working, let me turn off the mesh. Go back to the spawn actor. Just Christ, that took way too long. In the end, we had to use... Hey, Blueprint Alchemist, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Some stuff does not work in 5 expected, I guess. Yeah, that's I mean, right now, yes, especially considering it's preview. What doesn't work, out of curiosity, is new stuff that doesn't work or old stuff broke? Because that'd be good to know if you found some old stuff that broke. I need to set decal material, copy internal name. And I need to put in the impact, the decal material. It's complaining because decal material is not. Wait. Let me find a decal actor. Grab you. It is probably used to be copy internal name. Does it need to be something stupid like decal material? Yes, it does. It is decal material. And now we have different decals spawning on different materials. Took way too long. And we can go into the graph here and then swap out, go the decal materials. Now I have nothing assigned to this, so it's using the default concrete, the first one, which is fine. If I add a new one, it'll put nothing, and then is there a default one I can use? Doesn't really have much on it.
Ads are here.
But it works.
Pausing for ads.
Alright, it works. I need to why are you not spawning anymore? Oh, I put in the wrong place. There we go. So yeah, I can control what spawns on here. If I don't want it spawning on here, just remove it. Cool. It works. We can override the decal and all that good stuff. I can also show, I've never shown how to use spawn decals. I mean, it's very simple. And I've shown how to override materials, so that's not new, but I thought it would be something interesting. It was the landscape splines video 1 month ago. Oh, like that doesn't work anymore? What about it doesn't work? Okay. Did it! It works! Yay! So the had to use a loop for the freaking filter attribute elements. I don't know. I don't understand why. It is the way it is, but it is the way it is. So yeah, had to do a loop. And we can do, you know, what we can do is also, for shits and giggles, add a new parameter here, which is going to be of a boolean, and I can just change this to spawn mesh. Branch. Plug this in first. Then this goes here. This goes here. And then we just also add the mesh. And theoretically, we could now just go in here, change spawn mesh to on. And there you go. Let's re-add this material. There you go. And now it's spawning meshes. Well, a simple checkbox. We can change decals, meshes. Yay! Video coming Sunday. That will hopefully look a little better than this. This little test area. I had to focus for this one. Friggin' filter. Freaking filter. Only thing is, it doesn't auto update. Even, although if I try to, no, I don't have, oh, track actors only within area. If I turn that off, I now have a way of having it force update. But tracking all static meshes within the world is not recommended, but while working on it, it's like, there you go. Ta-da! It's like magic. And then all we do is make it prettier. Just randomize it. That's all you need to do. That's how you make everything pretty. Ta-da! I mean, generally the moss like kind of starts working almost at that point. All we did is just randomize some transforms. I mean, it'd be better if I also did like offset on them. But a random offset. Oh, the offset needs to not happen here. That'll be bad. We can do the offset here. What's the, it's 250, so let's do, did I go 100? There we go. Variation. Obviously decals don't really work well for these meshes, but I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We got, you know, the decals, this is all decal. Oh yeah. Could be a great way to add infection to an area. Oh yeah, the only thing is you wouldn't want to do it with a PCG graph. I mean, you can, but right, you'd want an infection to like spread over time. Using decals, I think, is like possibly a good way of doing it. But the problem, right, is you'd want it to continue spawning more and more and more, which means you have to keep regenerating or spawning new PCG graphs to overtake. Because whenever you regen a graph, it blinks off and blinks on, even at best case scenario when it takes almost no time to regenerate. So yeah, to avoid that, it's better to not do it that way. Cool. Okay, well, let's go back to some game dev. Wait. I love how I just move this. You wonder where you could use the example like this one, for example? The example I gave, which is you just want to add like variation on the ground. You have a basic ground, let's say a rocky ground. Well, you want to break it up with decals to make it look more interesting. Add cracks, add moss, add whatever it is. And then same thing for an interior. Well, instead of having separate things, maybe you want to put moss, like moss outside, but like footprints or like mud on the inside. So on wood, you want mud. On the outside, you want, you know, maybe puddles even. Maybe you want just water puddles. Right? And because it was wet down the inside, there's going to be mud. You can just do that with one big thing. You don't need to like have separate things. You don't need to check. You give certain things tags, assuming that right. A lot of your interiors, exteriors, right, are using the same material. You can just do it that way. And if it somehow hits something that is not the right thing, then it will not actually go onto it. Because the thing is, here's the thing you got to remember, is if you're going by tag, like if you're doing a projection and you're going by tag, right, you add a tag to the ground, let's say, and on the ground sits a box. The ground has the tag, the box does not, which means the projection goes from wherever it is down, it'll hit the ground here, and here it will ignore the box because it doesn't have the tag, and then make it all the way to the bottom, to the ground. What mine is doing is I'm telling it to hit the box and check, are you okay to be here? Based on the material of the box. So slightly different than just doing a projection based on tag, but that's kind of the result. I hope that helps explain. If you parallax occlusion decals that would add like damage to the ground, that would probably be great. Yeah. Decals, spreading decals around with BCG is great. I use it all the time for that. If you just need to like break up a large surface, you just have a repeating pattern, you want to break it up, throw some decals, rotate them, scale them randomly, and it just does a great job breaking things up. I've needed to add dust to make effectively dust appear on leaves and bushes. Did that through spawning decals of dust and like little dirt spots on top of trees. It works. I'm not gonna place those manually, like that doesn't matter. No one's gonna look at each point, right, and see like this doesn't make sense. Just throw a decal, a big graph on there, have it just spawn it, randomize it. Looks fine. For those of you that weren't here earlier, though, 267.2 megabytes for my player now, because I've understood soft references finally, and I figured out what was the problem yesterday, which definitely wasn't my fault. Definitely was not. And I say that more seriously this time because I actually didn't understand. I understand it, so I can't be at fault for something I didn't know. But I've now taken this player character from originally being 1.1 gigabytes, which you guys didn't even see. I mean, I think I showed it at one point like a long time ago, and it was like around there still. It went from 1.1 gigabytes to 267.2 megabytes. There's still a few things here I could knock down, but I think we're fine. More or less. This one, for example, I'm not sure what is being referenced here. I need to figure out why this airblade is being referenced. So like this, like I can probably knock it down to like 200. Doesn't matter. I think at this point it doesn't matter. So yeah, I did it. It's funny because if I do editor only, it's 755.7 kilobytes. Game is 267 megabytes. But if I did all, it's 634.5 megabytes. I don't know how the individual editor only and the individual game, which are changing right here, how these do not add up to all, but it doesn't. Go figure. But we only care about game. What is it actually in game? So there you go. Okay. But one thing that I mentioned also while doing this the past few days, actually past week, I just realized I've taken a week on this. Oh boy, is I have managed to break some stuff. Namely, I have managed to break the fact that I used to save my game instances, my save game instance, and now I no longer save it because for some reason I was like, oh, I don't need that anymore. I'm saving the game. No, I don't want to save the game necessarily. I want to save the game instance, which I wasn't. So now I need to basically set up all the save game instances where I need them, and then make sure I'm not saving the game where I don't need to. Not a big thing. We'll get it refixed. It's fine. But I did notice it, and I kept doing it because I was like, I'm gonna have to fix it everywhere anyway. Have a good night, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Get some rest, get some sleep. Before I do that though, I'll be right back. Real quick. I'm back. Hi. Okay, so I need to start saving things again. So basically, what is this not save game? This actually should do save game. Because when we equip a new weapon, it should save. So the saving of the game instances is from the game mode. Save game. It's this one. Yes. So this saves all my game instance stuff. But I don't have a blueprint interface for it. So let's quickly add that. Call it save game instance variables. Out of curiosity, could I convert these to functions? No. Gotta love this mess that I'm gonna need to figure out how to organize. Figured out how to organize. Blueprint, interface, events. Organized. Nice blue. What's the description? What is the description for? Doesn't show up anywhere. Is there any way to make the text? Okay, let's do this. Blueprint, interface, events. Only reason I'm doing this is just because this node doesn't have a comment bubble, so now I can see it from here. Okay, we'll clean that up later. So now, whenever we do something like, well, anything to do with this stuff. So, let's think of whenever we need to update the blueprint interface. Well, we need to definitely do it on the weapon pickup. Right, because that... Actually, do I? Because this says set new weapon. New weapon is the game mode. I don't think I need to do it on this. Let's find out. We really trying to switch to int-based stats over float? Why? But why? Actually, you know what I should check? I should check that it's actually loading. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Where's the player weapon? Very rarely would you need to account for decimals for any stat other than something like crit rate, damage, status chance. But things like health, mana, any amount. Yes, you would. You would need it for health. What do you mean? You absolutely would need it for health. And mana. Yeah. If someone deals 10 damage to you, cool. What if you have a modifier that increases their damage by 5%? What if it's like a fraction of like a weird thing that doesn't like multiply? Right? The point is, right, it's gonna get decimals. Now you don't have to display the decimals, but Yeah, that absolutely you're gonna get decimals. I was reading and I was not looking. Okay, it says greatsword. Why is it saying greatsword? That means the problem is probably not this. The problem is probably the set new player pickup. A set new player weapon. Wait. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Let's get there for a second. Okay, so let's see if this is triggering. This might not be triggering properly. Oh, no? I think people would notice something was a fraction off in terms of health stats. No, they wouldn't notice. But you're gonna run into issues at some point. I don't know. Personally, I would want it to be more exact. But that's me. Why is this not triggering? Yeah, that's all correct. So this should do set new player weapon on the player. Oh wait, hold on. That's different. Wait, did I not set it up? Hold on. Set new. I didn't set it up, did I? I didn't set it up. That's why. Good job, me. 60 floats for now. It was just a thought. Yeah, this later's there. Why am I getting no attacks with the... Okay. Well, we fixed one thing. Why am I getting no... projectile shooting? Okay. We close all of these. Okay, what did I break? Oh, I print nothing.
Ads
Okay.
are here. Pausing for ads.
Oh, what happened to execute projectile attacks? Wait. I've definitely used... Oh, it's BPI projectiles. I've been using the wrong one. Ah. You're trying to make a C++ 5.4 project to try to upgrade to 5.6 or maybe 5.7 when it comes out to see if it's possible to do. I mean, yes, it's possible. Of course it's possible. I mean, it depends on how much you've done, and what you have in your project will depend on whether it will depend on like how well it transitions over. That's absolutely possible. So, yeah, I put this on the wrong one. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. You say that but you're not able to upgrade your blueprint conversion to C++ project from 5.4. What do you mean you weren't able to convert to C++? Isn't it just a matter of enabling C++ typically? The compiling of the project is where I fail, but that's not converting. That's its own thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah, that is part of converting. Never mind. That is technically part of the converting. What was the problem you run into? You tried making a clone of it to upgrade so it failed? And failed. Not sure what caused it to do so. So like you didn't get any errors or anything? A bunch of compiling errors. Okay, so you did get errors. Got it. I mean, I don't know if that's better or worse, to be fair. If you're going to convert a blueprint project to C++, all you have to do is make a custom C++ class in the editor and it will convert it. Yeah. The problem is I tried doing that when I tried to enable gas like a year ago, probably at this point. Yeah, it just wouldn't compile. We have errors. Which I later learned about, that there was a thing where in that version, you had to also go to some other weird place and add some other weird string. And once you added that, then everything would work fine. But, you know, go figure. Just go figure. Can I get rid of this now? Yes, good. That was the wrong thing. It's so much. It's not so much creating C++ classes. You know how to do that already. You're referring to upgrading the project from 5.4 to something higher. Yeah, it's so far, but I still don't use it. It's highly complex. It makes complete sense. It makes complex systems simpler and much better for multiplayer, which you're also doing. If you're doing multiplayer, why are you not using it? It sounds like you agree that it's good, especially for multiplayer, because that's what I think is really where it shines more than anything else. You know, because for single player, it's easier to create your own system that you want. Oh, you just started without it. Got it. That makes sense. Yep. Okay. You're like me. Yeah. Let me get rid of this. Why? Okay, well, at least we got errors to work with. Spawn emitter at location. Access done trying to read property. Owning actor. Owning actor? What? Hmm. Oh. I know why. No. Wait. Yeah, you do this. That's why. This should also be a class. No, this shouldn't need it because this is the one that just takes all the info. So I heard the only way to reliably upgrade C++ project is to compile it from source, which means downloading the full Unreal source code off Git, which is apparently 300 gigabytes. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not. Thanks for a great reason for me to never to go to C++. I don't even know how to do that. Okay, what are we gonna get as a print string here? Okay, so it is the right thing, but it's failing on the owning actor. So what's happening? How do we get around this? This needs to be delayed a single tick. So event begin play. Set collision enabled. So the query only is going to go no collision, and this is going to go to query only. Can I do both? Yes. Delay until next tick. Will this fix the problem? I was holding up. If it's a multiplayer project, you're going to try to build a server target, and then yes, you need a source build. Oh boy. And getting off Git isn't hard. They have a solid write-up. That was not the problem? Spawn emitter at location. And this. You cannot get owning actor. So hold on. When I spawn it, I initialize it with this. Actually, give me back this. More likely, all the plugins you'd use is PCG or something from Unreal. Yeah, plugins updating is always like, or waiting for them is always a little scary for me. I was not dashing to the right. That's the problem. It says player 0. It knows that it's me. Why do you care? Here I get owning actor, sure. But that means that this has to have been enabled. The collision, which I just enabled. Oh, well, hold on. This collision. I missed the most important collision. Kind of important. That one's kind of important. There we go. So one thing that's really annoying with soft references is if we come here, is soft references can't even have this the class that pipes into it. This is not a soft reference, but just imagine it is. Be of a type like type BP projectile, right? It has to be of a type class or type actor, which means when you end up swapping everything to just actor and you do spawn actor, obviously all of your exposed stuff goes away. The stuff that's supposed to be set at the beginning, like immediately. And so you're forced to do something like this, where you use an interface to set the variables on that. But that doesn't trigger before begin play. That triggers after begin play. So there are certain things that can happen, like the collision as we just saw, that will happen before this has a chance to do its thing. If it immediately triggers. I get why, but I wish there was a way of me getting the exposed variables here. Because I know what type it's going to be. I know it's a type actor. Could I do... No, because that would give it a hard reference. Yeah, we can't do that. No, this should be fine. Will this work? Actually? No, even changing this to projectile base because it's a type actor doesn't work. like as the default. It obviously gets overwritten anyway, but it is what it is. You want to be just do C++ stuff and not worry about upgrades in terms of being able to upgrade overall from version to version. Then just, if you want to do that, you know, start at the latest version and just stick to it. Right, gotta do that. I just realized, when do I need to save local variables or a level instance stuff? It's only when I go to a new level, right? I don't really need to. Otherwise, I'm setting the variables anyway. Is this actually just gonna work normally? Hold on. Let's see how much stuff is broken. So I'm going to. I have nothing here. Nothing here. Up. That's a bug. Okay. Found a little bug. Card shop. Oh no, that wasn't the card shop. That was boss card shop. That was the boss card. Graph. Oh, it's doing self. No, we don't want self. You want to close the shop. Owner widget? Why do I have an owner widget for close shop? I might need to do like fully close shop. Interfaces. And then we just need to grab the shop. Remove from oh no, so unquit UI. And this one is not yet. You managed to upgrade project from the last 3 years from 5.1 to 5.6.1 on current version. On source build as well. You spend the month dealing with build errors during days for sure. On year 2, you had a month or 2 period. You thought you were just not gonna be able to build the project. It was terrible. Yeah, sounds like it. But you made it through. Genuinely just didn't know enough. I mean, that sounds rough, man. Like, for a month or 2 to not be able to go through that, I would have. I mean, I don't know. I would have quit a long time before that. I feel like, that's just me. Hey, just welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yep, that's exactly where they're from. Go check the attacks work. Okay, why are you bugged? Are you all, why are you all bugged? Okay, what is going on? Okay, so broken things. Okay. I love how things are broken, but it doesn't tell me that things are broken. That's the best kind of broken. Why are things the way they are? I was clearly pressing up there. I don't like that dash. I don't like that. If I eject and we take a look. Why are you not rotated the right way? Why is this not rotated the right way? The characters are, but this is not. What happened? Set visibility, set widget. Absolute rotation right there. Set the rotation right there. The plugin that was used majorly for a while that completely rugged and they don't exist to support the plugin now. Yeah, that's always the fear with me and like Dungeon Architect. Like, I would love to find an alternative because the person isn't really updating Dungeon, like making changes to Dungeon Architect. He's just like updating the versions. That's pretty much it. But no, it says hello. It's clearly not doing it. Okay, so why is everything broken? Everything is broken and doesn't realize it's broken. Well, shit. Why is their entire AI not working? Well, this should not be related to it. I set it's confirmed that it's setting to it. Like, it's doing the thing. Well, it's valid because it's there. So what's going on? Why is this not? Why is all the AI and everything wrong and broken?
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Well, the widget component isn't rotated the right way, and none of the AI is just moving at all. So I don't know why. Oh, hold on. Is this not firing? No, it is. As far as more, the more I load there. So their AI should be starting. Okay, what the hell happened? Why is it all broken? It's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not started. What? But this prints. But this is not running. Started. What happened? You start learning state trees again? They're so far. Yeah, they're great. Get state tree run status. Unset. Wait. Oh, why is your state tree reset? Wait, why is your state tree reset? And why does it still say unset? Oh, sorry, I was on the enemy one. No. So, I put in the wrong thing. Hold on. Go back to this being. No, that's correct. That's correct. Yours. No, yours is correct. What do you unset? Running stopped, succeeded, failed, unset. Let's find out. What does it mean when a state tree component returns unset? I don't know how this broke. This should have been not related to things. Often stems from setup or configuration issues. Context mismatch. The state's tree-defined context pawn or character doesn't match the actor it's attached to. For instance, a tree working in one character blueprint may fail in another. Yeah, let's try. I'll enable it for this test, but I intentionally had it disabled. Still doesn't work. Unset. So, what's the problem with this? Let me go to your tree. Oh, hold on. We got errors. There's your hashtag resolving path in global/actor. Okay, okay, that's why we got errors. So I need to do a custom condition because it now involves an interface. Because this character should have it though. Should still have it. Actor gameplay tags. Yeah, I probably need to do that. Idle states. What's the problem here? Oh, condition probably here. Yeah, so condition, same problem. It's actor gameplay tags. That's the problem. So for some reason, that broke, and that's fine. That means I now know how to fix all of them. Theoretically. Let's just go ahead and open all of them. Fix all the things. Which is weird because I didn't change that variable. That variable has been named that and in the same place since before all this. But sure. Okay, all we need to do is just go in here and just change this to this. For both, and then we're fine. I don't know why. This one's fine. You're fine. You're not fine. I can't wait until they allow us to have parent-child relationships with state trees. I really want that so much. That is like on my #1 list of things that I want from state trees. I want like to be able to configure this on the parent and then the child just add things to it like I can for everything else. Because doing this for every single character every single time when I want to like add something to all characters is such a pain. Why did it reset itself? I don't know. I don't know what happened. What is it saying here? Actor.game mode. Ref player. I think I was getting it some weird way, maybe. Maybe I was getting it through. I don't know. It should have been just actor game mode. Or actor then gameplay tags. So I don't know why or what I did previously. Or something broke. But found the problem. I wish that this also came up though when I hit play. This should have screamed to me like, hey, there's errors in your state tree. Like, clearly there are errors. Why didn't it complain about the errors? Epic, please. I'd appreciate it if you actually had that, you know, scream at me. You know, it's the same issue where values got screwed up when you had multiple tabs when working with editor widgets. Yeah, that's what's happening with the state trees as well. State trees are so weird because, like, they have to be recompiled, but they will say they're compiled sometimes. I don't know. It's odd. So it's like they're a little quirky, but to be fair, they're not like production ready, if I recall. I don't remember if they're beta. They might be experimental, so I'm giving them some slack on it. Some. Not a lot, but some. Like, for example, there's these warnings that something is just in a separate section. And cool. Great that these warnings are thinking, how do I hide them? I don't care about these warnings. That's fine. This is intentional. I'd love to be able to hide these. No, there was probably a warning when I enabled it, but that's why I'm giving it the leeway. I don't remember anymore which one it is. I know it's one of them. I know it's either, you know, experimental or beta for sure. I just don't remember which one, since it's been a while since I've enabled it. Don't think it was labeled at all. I only got a few left. We can take a look. Yeah, this one's fine. This one had no issues. Did this one right? Or differently? I don't know. There's not very many ways of like to select things here, so I don't know how I managed to select something differently. But, you know, whatever. Gotta go through all of them. Times like this, I'm glad I don't have even more mobs. Last one. Yeah, me too. Okay. If we go to plugins, state tree. Oh wow, it's not in experimental or beta. It's full production ready. It's 1.0. Oh no, state tree is 1.1. No, this is the state tree. Why does this have no? This is 0.1. Why is this not anything? But it's clearly not fully released. It's not 1.0. This is experimental, sure. This is most certain experimental, still. Okay, something's wrong. What? Okay. What's the problem here? Attempt to access mushroom via probably BP enemy, but is not valid. Killer garbage. Do this only if it's valid. Why is this an issue now? Was not an issue before? Okay, your health is broken as hell, but they're working. Also, by the way, this is something I have not actually shown off, I think. This is something new. So I've replaced enemy arrows. Let's go find some melee enemies. You're ranged. These guys. So if you look at their attacks, they now have a little arrow that appears in the direction they're attacking. It's no longer the giant arrow like this thing. think their health is not working properly. So every melee enemy just has a little, yeah, why do they have no health? Okay, well, you know, some issues. We'll figure stuff out. Oh. Owning error on actor scale 3D. Huh? Sprite arc base. Oh, it's because this has let's check. This is, oh, it's projectile. Oh, it's because it's a projectile. So I need to overwrite. Initialize projectile base. Parent function. This. Then I'll have owner. Okay, well, some issues with health and stuff, so that's fine. We'll get that sorted. I'm probably going to pick up. I'm probably gonna pick up the. Oh, these guys are moving now, which is great. Any errors? No, good. I'm probably going to pick up. This thing. I'm gonna pick it up because I'm doing the whole loading and unloading based on distance anyway, and it has issues, and I know I need to fix it. So instead of fixing it, I'll pay $42 to get an amazing setup that does it all for me, beautifully and better. That's basically what it's gonna do. So, yeah, but we got everything figured out. It's working. The character's at under 300 megabytes for all the memory stuff. Yes, there's bugs that we now need to fix, but progress being made, and that's important. It's progress in the correct direction. So yay. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Monday we'll continue with some more game dev, and this Sunday look out for a material filtering, BCG material filtering. I don't even know how I'm gonna call that video. Progress in the correct direction is the key. It is. It really is. I don't know what the hell I'm going to call the video, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed. Back on Monday with some more game dev. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.